Hey book friends, it's Dustin from Modern Metaphysicae, and today I thought we could hang out and take a trip through the occult, witchcraft, and magic, an illustrated history by Christopher Dell and published by Thames and Hudson. This book was brought to my attention by the fabulous Lisa Papez. If you're not familiar with her channel, she does a ton of amazing tarot related content, and I'll drop a link to her channel down in the description box below. As always, down there you'll also find links to my own social media where you can reach out and connect with me, a link to my personal website where you can book a tarot reading with me or even purchase some of my own handmade metaphysical goods, and you'll also find links to where you can pick up your own copy of this beautiful, beautiful book. So let's dive into this. It is a very large book. It measures about 10 inches by 8 inches across, and it's very beautifully produced. It comes with this dust jacket, as you can see. The back has like a nice little blurb about what's in here, so it covers everything from astrology, divination, amulets, folk magic, voodoo. So it's just like a quick little overview. I'll let you pause the video here if you want to check it out more. And the construction of the book is really nice, actually. It is paper bound, so nothing amazingly fancy there, but it's very affordable. And it's just this sort of red paper. On the back here you have this nice little impression. None of this is embossed, it's just printed on strictly. And it is Smith sewn, which is really nice. Now, on the inside, you'll see that there is some just really lovely, beautiful illustrations that are full color. The paper that's used in the book it's really nice. It's thick, it is well printed, it's not overly glossy, but it still has like a nice glossy finish to it to make those really deep, dark colors pop in these color images, which is really great. And as far as the table of contents goes, let's take a look at that first. You can see that there is a ton of information in this book. So it's broken down kind of into major historical periods, as a lot of historical books are, right? And so we start with sort of ancient prehistory stuff. We go into Greco-Roman and Northern magic. This is where you'll find a lot of like Norse and German information. So these are roughly around the same time. This tends to go a little later, right, into, up to about the year 1000 AD. We have medieval magic, Renaissance magic, the world of magic. So this is sort of anything outside of Western European culture. So it covers shamanism, Native American magic, voodoo and hoodoo, Latin American, Africa, Southeast Asia, Far Eastern, all that kind of fun stuff, even magical creatures, which is super fun. But it gives you a great historical overview of the world, and especially specifically more Western esoteric traditions. You have a whole section on Enlightenment magic, the magical revival. So this is more of the turn of the century. So we're looking at things like Eliphas Levi and Theosophy, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, Aleister Crowley, of course, the revival of tarot, and then we go into modern magic. So we have discussions on Wicca, Gerald Gardner, Dion Fortune, chaos magic, all that kind of fun stuff. And then there's sort of a further readings and list of quotations, magical places to visit, which is a fun little chapter for sure. And then index and acknowledgements. This book is really well referenced. The index is really well constructed, and the information within it I found to be very, very accurate and well researched. So yeah, it's a really beautiful sort of coffee table style presentation of the history of the Western esoteric traditions, and it really covers the gamut, which I really enjoyed. As you can see, we have a nice little page here on Zoroaster, and the information on these are quite short, right? You get usually about, half a page worth of text in terms of the topic, and then it moves on to another topic. So here we have ancient Egyptians. Some of the subjects in the book do get a little bit more coverage, right? Like here in the beginning of the Renaissance magic, we have a little bit more of an in-depth essay about magic during the period, and then it kind of goes into specific sort of subtopics like Hermeticism and things like that. But overall, I found the text to be not only accurate, but enjoyable to read. It was a great thing to just go through and read little blurbs about each of these things, and it often led to me going and finding other books that were referenced or old manuscripts and things like that. So if that's the kind of thing that you like to do, where you kind of get this like broad buffet o magic, as I'll call it, and then really find topics that interest you, that you want to delve into further, I would highly recommend this book, because it's really well presented. It's very well thought out. It doesn't get too verbose in term or dry in a lot of the topics. It gives you just enough to make you want to dig into the subjects a little deeper. And as you can see, the illustrations throughout the book are just beautiful. They're exquisitely printed. The printing job and the color representations are fantastic, in terms of the paintings and sort of historical pieces that we see presented in here. So it's a really well put together book, and it's very affordable. I've had this book for a number of years now. It's 3 or 4 years, so I'm not sure what it goes for these days. But again, I'll be sure to drop a link down below so you can pick up a copy. But for this quality of book, totally worth it in my opinion. So yeah, definitely check this one out if you guys are into this kind of stuff. I think that this is probably one of my favorite sort of anthologies of magical history that I own, that gives sort of a really broad overview of a ton of different topics. You can kind of see the sewn binding coming through a little bit. My copy definitely has shown some shelf wear, because I love pulling this out and looking at it and checking out different things. So definitely check this one out. Again, this is The Occult, Witchcraft, and Magic, an Illustrated History by Christopher Dell. As always, remember, everyone is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. So be kind, always. Bye, everybody.